David Robert Jones was born in the austere, post-war landscape of Brixton, London, on January 8, 1947. His mother, Margaret Mary Peggy Burns, was a waitress of Irish descent, and his father, Haywood Stenton John Jones, worked as a promotions officer for the children's charity Barnardo's. The family resided at 40 Stansfield Road, on the border of the working-class neighborhoods of Brixton and Stockwell. From a young age, Bowie exhibited a strong-willed and creative personality, earning a reputation at Stockwell Infant School as a gifted and single-minded child and a defiant brawler. In 1953, the Jones family relocated to the quieter suburbs, first to Bickley and then settling in Sundridge Park in 1955. It was during these formative years at Burntash Junior School that Bowie's artistic inclinations began to surface. While his singing voice was deemed merely adequate by the school choir, his talent for performance was undeniable. His teachers were struck by his imaginative dancing, describing his interpretations as vividly artistic and his poise astonishing for a child. The catalyst for Bowie's musical awakening arrived in the form of a stack of American 45s his father brought home. The raw energy of artists like the Platters, Fats Domino, and Elvis Presley was a revelation, but it was Little Richard's Tutti Frutti that truly ignited something within him. In a now-famous recollection, Bowie described the experience as having heard God. He was equally captivated by Elvis Presley, particularly after witnessing his cousin dance with electrifying energy to Hound Dog. Inspired, the young Bowie took up the ukulele, T-chest bass, and piano, and began participating in skiffle sessions with friends. He started performing numbers by Presley and Chuck Berry for his local Wolf Cub group, where his charismatic gyrations were described as mesmerizing, like someone from another planet. His father, recognizing his son's passion, encouraged his dreams of becoming an entertainer, even introducing him to performers like Alma Cogan and Tommy Steele. After passing his 11+ exam, Bowie attended Bromley Technical High School, an institution with a surprising emphasis on the arts. Under the tutelage of art teacher Owen Frampton, father of future rock star Peter Frampton, Bowie's creativity flourished. It was also during this time that his older half-brother, Terry Burns, introduced him to the worlds of beat literature, modern jazz, and the bohemian underbelly of Soho. Terry's own struggles with mental illness, which would later lead to his tragic suicide, left an indelible mark on Bowie and would become a recurring theme in his work. A pivotal and physically transformative event occurred in 1962 when a dispute over a girl with his friend George Underwood ended in a punch to Bowie's left eye. The injury required several operations and left him with a permanently dilated pupil, a condition known as anisocoria. This gave the illusion of him having different colored eyes and would become one of his most iconic and mysterious physical features. From David Jones to David Bowie, the early bands. At the age of 15, Bowie formed his first band, the Conrads, a rock and roll outfit that played local youth gatherings and weddings. However, frustrated by his bandmates' lack of ambition, he soon left to join the King Bees. It was with this group that he made his first attempt at stardom, writing to entrepreneur John Bloom and asking him to do for us what Brian Epstein has done for the Beatles and make another million. While Bloom didn't respond, the letter led Bowie to his first manager, Leslie Kahn. Kahn secured a record deal, and Bowie's debut single, Liza Jane, credited to Davy Jones with the King Bees, was released in 1964. It failed to make an impact. Disappointed with the band's blues-oriented repertoire, Bowie moved on, joining the Manish Boys and then the Lower Third. Throughout this period, he released a string of unsuccessful singles, including I Pity the Fool and You've Got a Habit of Leaving. By 1966, to avoid confusion with Davy Jones of the recently popular American band, The Monkees, David Jones adopted a new stage name. Inspired by the 19th-century American pioneer Jim Bowie and the formidable knife he popularized, he became David Bowie. His first single under this new moniker, Can't Help Thinking About Me, recorded with the Lower Third, also failed to chart. After the commercial failures of his early singles, Bowie briefly retreated from the music scene. This period was one of intense experimentation. He studied mime with the celebrated choreographer Lindsay Kemp, lived for several weeks at a Buddhist monastery in Scotland, and even started his own mime troupe called Feathers. He re-emerged in 1967 with a new manager, Kenneth Pitt, and a contract with DRAM Records. On June 1, 1967, he released his self-titled debut album, David Bowie. The record was an eclectic mix of music hall-inspired pop, whimsical storytelling, and Baroque arrangements, a far cry from the rock and blues of his earlier bands. However, it was released on the same day as the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band and was commercially unsuccessful, failing to capture the zeitgeist of the burgeoning psychedelic rock movement. This period of his life, though marked by a lack of commercial success, was crucial in shaping the artist he would become. His explorations into mime, Buddhism, and theater laid the groundwork for the theatricality and conceptual depth that would define his later work. He had not yet found his voice, but the years of struggle and experimentation had equipped him with a diverse set of artistic tools. By 1968, David Bowie was a performer rich in ideas but still searching for the right vehicle to deliver them to the world. That vehicle would arrive the following year, not from the streets of London, but from the vast emptiness of outer space.